time in the Man United game at Old Trafford, with Man United taking a halftime lead of 2-0 against Chelsea. So let's talk a little bit about how this has panned out, what are the key decisions, and finally how United have eventually scored from open play. I believe so far this season only Mbuemo has scored from open play, and today we've added two headed goals. But anyway, that's it. Let's unpack the game. I want to start with some of the good things. I think we started the game really well. We pressed Chelsea. In fact, even though the stats were showing some parity in terms of shots on target and attacks, but for me, it was a no contest. Man United were dominating from start to finish, and Mbuemo got played through on goal. Their keeper, I think I spoke about that in the preview. Sorry, Bayern, terrible, but he's had the fewest touches of any Man United player. So long may that be. Their keeper, on the other hand, absolute disaster. What was he thinking? Took Mbuemo out and red card. I think it was one of the easiest decisions for the referee. From then on, Mbuemo should have taken the free kick. I think it was perfectly lined up for him, but Bruno Fernandes pulled rank and hit a very poor free kick. I want to talk about the positives, so we'll leave the free kicks and the set pieces to a little bit later. But anyway, eventually, Fernandes did get his goal, and it was Man United 1-0, and we were again cruising, dominating. I think there was a bit of a period of lullness in the middle, provided some cutting edge, some better passes, but we didn't. But anyway, what was positive again about all of that is the physicality. And we see that again in the second goal with Luke Shaw dominating his man, dominating Enzo Fernandez, and getting the ball across to Casemiro, who had the simplest of headers to put us 2-0 up. Shaw won another battle again against Fernandez. I think De Ligt has been supremely physical, dominant. So has Maguire, to be fair. Mazraoui, Dorgu has been a threat. Casemiro, Bruno, hit and miss, really, for me. But I think overall, Chelsea are a physical team, and Man United have bullied them and dominated them in this aspect. All right, so that's the good. What's the bad? The bad is we still have not found a way to get Šeško in the game. Poor crosses for me. We go to the free kicks. Bruno Fernandes hit at the wall. His corners, his crosses, his free kicks are hitting the first man. Really poor, yet again. I don't think Bruno Fernandes had a good game. In fact, for his goal, he did a great movement and he got the goal. In fact, I'm happy. Anyone who scores for Man United, obviously, I'm really happy. But I was hoping this was Šeško. But no, the ball came in. Šeško slid to play the ball, but did not get it, and Bruno Fernandes tapped it in. But we're talking of the bad, and the bad is this. We're trying to get Šeško in the game. We're trying to get him involved, but he had the joint least number of touches for Man United players. I think it was 5 at a certain point, so that's not going good. Hey, Julius. Thank you Yeah, thank you for the messages. I'm doing good. I'm doing much better now that Man United have taken a lead. But we come on to the ugly in a minute, and the ugly has to be the referee. What is that decision on Casemiro? Casemiro was the only Man United player who got a yellow card, won his tackle, won his duel, won the ball cleanly, fairly, and it wasn't just one of those where he gets a touch onto the ball and nicks the ball, etc. But properly tackled. It's a rainy day, slippery pitch, and he won the ball fair and square. And yet he leaves with 2 yellow cards, which is a red card, obviously. That's his fourth in the Man United career. I think the referee was just trying to equalise the game. Man United dominated the match, have dominated the half, and the referee was just trying to find a way to equalise the match, you know. Even that first challenge, it's a yellow card, but it's the first challenge. It's a slippery pitch, raining. So I don't agree with the referee. I don't think he's managed the game very well. He's stopped the game with Cucurella getting to the ground. Now, I know he's hit his face, but Cucurella was fine. It wasn't the back of the head. It was the face. It was not a bad challenge. And I think that was another potential attacking opportunity for United, for us. So I'm not being biased. It's 2-0 to Man United, and people would be wondering, you know, what else do you want? Yes, things have gone our way purely because Chelsea have been bad. Their keeper is atrocious. Stupid decision making, and we have also improved, I think, in terms of our physicality. Look, I thought we were very, very competitive against Arsenal. We played really well, didn't get our just rewards. Against Chelsea, we got given a red card. If it wasn't red, if it was 11v11, do we score 2 goals? I don't know. And I'm not going to sit here and say we've turned the corner, turned the page, because I can clearly see some glaring mistakes. I think from back to front, look, Bayern Deer hasn't had much to do, so you know, neither here nor there, so decent performance. But our back line, even though again I do not agree with the changes of dropping Lenny Yoro. He's done it, and so far it's working for him. Maguire comes in for Lenny Yoro. I think the lineup reads Mazraoui as a wing back on the right, Luke Shaw as a wing back on the left, and my goodness, Luke Shaw in left back or left wing back, class player. I think, but for injuries, he's been England's best left-sided player for a decade. But it's just that he's always injured. And Luke Shaw is deceptively strong. We've seen it again today. At left centre-back, not quite as dominant. He has put in great performances, but I think his place is at left back, left wing back. So, or left back, and I think he does play well in that position. Today, I think left centre back has moved and pushed in onto left wing back with Dorgu playing almost as an attacker. So that's a little bit of an interesting development there. But I think that's probably because we were up against 10 men. So we could afford to do that. Second half would be very interesting. But anyway, good performance by Luke Shaw, super strong. De Ligt the same, and Maguire dominant. Dorgu has been good and providing, kind of like attacking impetus. In the midfield, Casemiro and Bruno, both centre midfielders, got onto the score sheet. So that was good. And Mbeumo. Mbeumo is a class act. I think has been our best signing so far. and he's been unlucky not to be on the score sheet. You know, I expect a little bit more from him, but he's been good. The other two, Ahmad, I've not seen doing much. In fact, I'm very disappointed. He was left, can't recall the numbers, but he was left 3-on-2 on a couple of times and just couldn't find the cutting edge. Just a second. Just couldn't find the required quality, didn't find the right passes, the right crosses. So for me, Ahmad has not worked in that left number 10 pivot. And Shesko. Now, Shesko, you can see he's trying, but he's just simply not on the right wavelength with his teammates. They can't find him. He's trying to adapt to the team, but he needs time and he needs to keep playing. So with this red card now for Casemiro, I don't know how this referee has given this decision. But anyway, we find ourselves 10v10, second half, all to play for, with a 2-0 lead. Definitely believe we need to make some changes. In terms of changes, Chelsea have already made 3, so their manager, Maresca, is left with 2 potential changes only. Amorim has got all 5, effectively, so time to make some changes. I'm hoping that Ahmad is probably one of those who comes off, and we need to provide some defensive cover for Fernandes and Mbeumo, who will probably be the the 2 more advanced players. I think we need to have a 6. So Manu Ugarte hopefully comes in for Ahmad. And I'm hoping it's not Sesko that gives way, because he needs to find a way to score. This is a perfect match. We have dominated the half from start to finish. And I think the icing on the cake would be for Sesko to get on the score sheet. But it's a lot tougher now. We played the entire second half with 10 men. So it's going to be... we don't have that numerical advantage anymore. And yeah, we've got to ensure we manage the game correctly. So be interesting to see what Amorim does, but I hope Shesko stays on and hopefully gets a goal. So final push for United. We need to manage this second half very well, and hopefully we leave today with 3 points against what's been a poor Chelsea side so far. So second half on the way, and I'll see you guys after the match. Take care.